The start of the Kentucky Derby dismayed the Seattle Slew backers. Slew veers to the right. Cruget's weight shifts left, and he does a masterful job merely staying aboard. Imprisoned behind a wall of horses, Seattle Slew reveals there's more than a touch of street fighter in his nature. The first quarter of a mile documents what Slew is all about as he bulls his way out of jeopardy. Shut off, Seattle Slew fights his way through, displaying a fierce competitive spirit as he outruns Bob's Dusty and then, for the moment, to the first turn. In the stretch, Seattle Slew has reserve power to pull away from the rest of the 15-horse field. Jean Cruget whips right-handed, and Slew widens his lead as For the Moment fades. Run Dusty Run is all out to maintain second as Sanhedrin rallies from far back to move into the show position. But the 1977 Kentucky Derby belongs to Seattle Slew. At Pimlico, Slew and Cormorant stage a determined duel in the early going of the Preakness, but Jean Cruget and his undefeated colt make a big move on the final turn. The Kentucky Derby winner moves into the lead by a length and a quarter. Entering the stretch, Seattle Slew is in command. Iron Constitution surges up to second, but can't catch the 1-2 favorite. Seattle Slew wins the 102nd running of the Preakness and now needs only the Belmont Stakes to complete the treasured Triple Crown. Belmont Park's Barn 54 became the place to be as Seattle Slew fever infected the sports world. Slew's every move was newsworthy, and even the frequent bad weather of an inordinately wet spring could not deter the media. It was just such a rainy morning when trainer Billy Turner and exercise writer Mike Kennedy brought their champion to Belmont Park's main track for a final workout 1 day prior to the Belmont Stakes. The fog-shrouded early morning provides a moody atmosphere as Seattle Slew breaks off into an easy blowout. Mike Kennedy merely sits and allows Slew to work himself. Workout completed, Seattle Slew is now 32 hours and a mile and a half away from the Triple Crown. A respite from the constant rain allows trainer Billy Turner's crew to tend to Slew's million-dollar legs outside. A patient and friendly horse, Seattle Slew toys with his groom while his bold, inquisitive eye carefully notes the camera to his right. Belmont Park's beautiful paddock begins to fill early on Saturday, June 11th. The near-record crowd of more than 70,000 knows the 8th race will not start until after 5:30. But the paddock is jammed. Everyone wants a close-up look at the star. Slew's owners, Karen and Mickey Taylor, and Sally and Jim Hill wait anxiously as Seattle Slew is a late arrival, delayed by traffic en route from Barn 54. Seattle Slew dances his way out to the track, displaying signs of tension. Small wonder, being surrounded by a sea of faces that is Belmont Park on this historic afternoon.
It's San Hedron along the inside. Run, Dusty, run on the inside. Now Seattle Slew goes for the lead. He has the lead as they move through the stretch. Both moved up alongside. It's Seattle Slew holding on, however, and now it pulls away to the left.
On Friday morning, June 10th, 1977, it rained over 4 inches at Belmont Park, making the racetrack a sea of slop. The biggest concern Billy Turner, Slew's trainer, Jean Cruguet, Slew's jockey, and myself had was the racetrack. On the morning of the race, I had never seen Slew so determined when he went to the track. I wondered if he loved the slop or he was just playing in it. My only other concern, besides the bad weather, was Slew starting in front of 77,000 New York fans. This would be the first time Slew had ever started in front of the grandstand.
They're all in, we're waiting for a start. And they're off. All lead on the inside. Now Dusty Run is third.
After the first half mile around the first turn, the teletimer read 48 and 3. The first thing that went through my mind was, man, they are going too slow. Then halfway through the race, the teletimer came up 114 flat. Then around the far turn, Slew began to open up with ease.
In the stretch, here he comes, and he's opening it up again. It's Seattle Slew, and he's drawing clear of the field. They're coming onto the wire, and it's all over. Now a hand ride, looking back over his left shoulder.
Cruguet stood up before the wire with his whip up in the air.
Cruguet said, "That's plenty, Slew. That'll be all we need today."
Karen and I were very, very happy, not just for us, but mostly for Slew.
Here he comes, and he's opening it up again. It's Seattle Slew, and he's drawing clear of the field. Seattle Slew has 4 lengths on Run Dusty Run. It's Run Dusty Run in second and San Hedron third. They're nearing the finish line. It's still Seattle Slew, and he's opened it out to 4.5. Then Run Dusty Run and San Hedron. Seattle Slew wins the Belmont Stakes by 4 lengths. And becomes the 10th horse in thoroughbred history to capture the Triple Crown, and is the first horse ever to carry an undefeated record through the Triple Crown. The Belmont Park fans hail Seattle Slew and jockey Jean Cruguet with thunderous cheers. The 109th running of the Belmont Stakes lived up to its advanced billing and culminates the dream that captivates all of racing. Departing after a day's work well done, Seattle Slew receives yet another ovation. While in the winner's circle, New York Governor Hugh Carey presents the Belmont Trophy to the Taylors and the Hills. Watching Seattle Slew once more on the turn for home and through the stretch run. It's a Triple Crown achievement secured with a minimum of doubt. From the time the first quarter of a mile of the Kentucky Derby was over, Seattle Slew was virtually unperturbed by challenge. Jean Cruguet looks back for the competition, but Seattle Slew has demolished the field. It's a complete victory, an historic Belmont Stakes, and an event that will long be remembered as Jean Cruguet celebrates Seattle Slew's treasured moment by stamping his audacious trademark on the 1977 racing season.